Hi, and welcome to Makeup Mugwump. My name is Leanne. Thank you so much for joining me. I just got back home from a weekend trip. We've driven 6 hours today, and on the way back home, we were in the mountains of North Carolina. We live out east in North Carolina, and so on the way home, we passed by an outlet mall situation, and they had a cosmetics company store, which is owned by Estee Lauder and sells discounted Estee Lauder branded items of skincare, makeup, hair care, and fragrance. So Mr. Mugwump was delightful and allowed me to run it. I say allowed. He stopped trying to get home after, sleeping not in our bed for the whole weekend. Anyway, so he stopped. I ran in and ran as loose. Meandered slowly, and picked up some items. So let's do this. Let's talk about how much they were, because that makes me super happy when people get a good deal on some things. So maybe you also live vicariously the way that I do. And then we're also going to put it on our face, because I need to put on some makeup, because I got some other videos to film today, some really exciting ones too, which I am super stoked to tell you about. But I've also got just a couple of things kind of thrown in here and there that aren't from there, because I didn't buy a full face from the cosmetics company store, but I bought a good amount. So let's do this. I was happy because I was the only person in the store shopping. Somebody popped in and then popped right back out, but I was literally the only one there. There were 2 sales associates. They were up by the counter. They left me alone, which I love. I mean, they greeted me and that was it. And then when I got up to the register, they told me about something in the glass case, and then I did a thing. So anyway, let's put this on and let it get soaking in while I tell you what I did. Okay, so this is one of the freebies that they threw in to my bag, which I got a couple of them. This is the Glam Glow Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer in Nude Glow. This comes, I have several of these like in a mini size. It's in a little squeezy tube. And I have used, I think, 2 of them up. I love this primer because it is very illuminating. I am a huge fan of a glowy base. And I might be able to get 2 uses out of this one. But it is just a glowy, it feels like moisturizer. It's a primer. The smell of this is amazing. It smells kind of fruity fresh. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but there is a fruit scent, like an essency fruit scent, that is really nice. If you don't like fragrance, this is probably not for you because it does smell. But I love the scent. I have a friend down here because, hormones. So we're going to put a patch on her tonight. Do I not even have a wipe? Oh, yes, I do. So this has hyaluronic acid, and it is super glowy. So I look Tin Manny and I love it. Yeah, I think I can get one more use. So I'll use this tomorrow as well because I love it. But I haven't used it in a hot minute, especially on my channel. I don't know how long it's been since I've used it on my channel, but I do love that product. I don't think I've ever bought it in full size because I don't think I ever needed to. I always seem to have like one of those deluxe sample sizes kicking around because they had it for quite a while and a lot of like gift with purchase and things like that, which I love because I get to try all kinds of things and I don't have to spend the money on the product, but I still get to use it. So yeah, this is my I Am No Bird. It's a quote from Jane Eyre. This is from is it Wonder Witch Boutique? I believe it is. Anyway, she does amazing shirts, literary shirts, among other things, art, science, but the literary shirts speak to me because I was an English major in one of my past lives. Anyway, another freebie that they put in there was a Jo Malone, also owned by Estee Lauder. This is the Wild Bluebell. Top note Bluebell, heart is persimmon, and base note is white musk. So yeah, I haven't tried it because there's another fragrance that I purchased. And I don't have any fragrance on. So I'm going to try this with you today. So this was the purchase that was in the glass case up front. This is Tom Ford's White Patchouli. And I bought it. And I'm not sorry about it. So let me get her out. They did have, they were able to, like, I smelled several of them, and this is the one that I actually wanted. This is the bottle. It's a 100 ml bottle. The little neckerchief, isn't that cute? She comes off like a these. So we're gonna spray her now, but also I need to tell you, you come this way. Thank you. It's intense. This one is a very intense scent right out the get-go. It is an eau de parfum. She's something. Recycling was about there, and I made it that time, so now I won't make it for the rest of the time. But let me tell you how much she was. Okay, so they do like a discount and then other things and all that jazz. Okay, so she was okay. Retail is $184, which is what it sells, like that's like the Estee Lauder retail price. $184. It was 50% off, so that brought it down to $82.80, and then there was an extra 10% off, which was so minus another $18.40, so 66 bucks. 66 bucks. And I am very scented. I really like it. It's a different scent for me. Typically, I am like sugar, syrupy, cotton candy, very that, right? This is not that. This is not that. I'll try to find the notes. I don't know what the notes are, but it's different for me and I like it. So anyway, that was the big splurge. It was all a big splurge, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, this was another gift with purchase. I'll just get through that all the way. This, I think if you spent over $75, you got a full size of the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. This is a product that I have used. So yeah, it's like this bad boy. So that was free, which was really nice because I like this moisturizer. It's a workhorse kind of moisturizer. I like the actual like clear gel version of this, like that too. I like the intense version of this, also good. I have never had beef with Clinique moisturizers, and so to have another one, I am happy to have that and to use it because I will. Okay, now let's get to the things I actually chose for myself and purchased aside from the giant fragrance. I smell delicious. I smell so good. Don't you love it when you like... It's really hard after you smell more than one scent, or you're somewhere where there's already been scent sprayed and you think you really like a scent, but you don't really know till you get it home, you get it on, you wear it, like the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, you're like, Leanne, you spent 60 some odd dollars on a scent you weren't really sure about. I'm never really sure about a scent until I get it out of the store. Like, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so I bought a foundation because why not? So this is the Bobbi Brown Intensive Serum Foundation. It has SPF 40, which I'm happy about. I'm fine to have SPF in my foundations because it's just another layer. There's the sunscreen ingredients if you need those. She is a beautiful bottle. They had quite a selection of flavors, colors. I picked up C004 Alabaster, and I put it on my hand and walked around a little bit more, and it looked gorgeous on my hand, and I'm glad that I let it dry because sometimes some foundations, especially higher end, don't look the same color. So she's got a beautiful little lid, you know, with the, this is very fancy. I think it's very lovely. But this is a serum foundation. Let's talk about price. Where are you at? Okay, intensive serum foundation. This retails for $75. So half off was $33.75. 10% off was $7.50. So 25, $25. Right? I mean, like, you know, the cosmetics company store is a great place. If you have one near you, or if you are going on a trip and there is one, I was in and out in a few minutes. It's really small. It's not like this huge, like, warehouse of a store. You can get in and out in 15 minutes, especially if you know what you're looking for. They have some stuff online, but they don't have everything online. But if you kind of know in the brands that are there, you know what the brands are because they're the same brands every time. It's only Estee Lauder owned brands. So like Bumble and Bumble, Origins, Tom Ford, Too Faced, MAC, like, you know, it's the same brands that they own. You can look that up online. So if you know what you're going in for, you get in and out real quick. You don't have to like spend a lot of time, if that's a thing. But yeah, so let's try this on my face real quick. My $25 Bobbi Brown foundation. I had to get a new sponge out because we haven't unpacked from the trip, and so my other sponge is in, you know, my luggage. Leanne, you are so lazy. I know. You don't have to tell me. I live with me. All right, I've shaken it up. C004 Alabaster. No idea if that's enough or too much or whatever. Does she run? She runs a little bit. It's less runny than I anticipated it, having it be a serum foundation. But let's give her a good old whirly whirl. Let's get our friend out. Oh, can we maybe use a different brush? Do we even have a cleaner brush? Yeah, okay. This is a Beauty Bay brush called In the Buff. Speaking of Beauty Bay, that's light enough, friends. That's a light ass one. Let's hope it's not too light. No, see, that's the thing. Look how darker my face is than my neck. Speaking of Beauty Bay, I'm going to do a video today that will be up later than this one, but it's going to be my Beauty Bay eyeshadow palette collection because I have a lot of them, and I was talking to another YouTuber specifically about a certain palette that just launched from Beauty Bay, and I love their formula so much that I was debating whether or not I actually needed it. And so she and I were talking about that. And so there's a couple of different things that spawned from that conversation. One is I'm going to go ahead and film just my Beauty Bay eyeshadow palette collection for y'all, so we can talk about it. Plus, then I tell myself in front of y'all as witnesses that I don't need another palette because I have enough palettes from them, but we'll talk about it when we do that video. But the other thing that it spawned was she and I are going to do a collab with the latest eyeshadow palette that she got, which I have also not used on my channel yet. I don't think. I might have, but it would only been once. Anyway, we're going to do a collab on the Retro Love palette from Beauty Bay, so you can see that as well. So just stay tuned, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's be friends on the internet, but also that way you can see my Beauty Bay stuff, because I enjoy that brand very much, and I really like their eyeshadow palettes a lot. Okay, there's Bobbi Brown's serum foundation. One, like, good layer, I would say. I want to get a little bit more. I'm going to get one more pump out, and let's see if we can't maybe... Let's see if we can't build up a little bit more. I don't know how well this builds. Let's see, does it have any claims about it at all? No. It does say to shake it, which I did, so. Nope. Okay, I would say it did build some. I'm also stippling with this is a relatively dense foundation brush. We'll cover up my friend there. I'm not mad at it. It doesn't feel like anything. It's very lightweight, which I really like. I don't mind, I don't mind products that are lightweight. I don't want to wear makeup for, you know, 12, 15, 17 hours a day if it feels heavy. So I really do like, you know, serum foundations and tinted moisturizers. I like those. I also like heavier coverages, but I don't want them to feel heavy, if that makes sense. Okay. It is slightly yellow on camera, but most things are because of my pinkish lavenderish background. But I think that is a beautiful formula. Don't know how long it wears, but let's give it the old college try. The bottle's gorgeous. Happy I got that for 25 bucks. All right, next is a product that just came while I was gone. This is the AOA Studio new little concealer stick. This came out, and I ordered it the day it came out, and it was in my mailbox when I got here. So thankfully it didn't melt because it was quite warm over the weekend, but I'm just going to do that under my eyes. This is the shade Porcelain. AOA Studio is sold on Shop Miss A, and it is an amazing brand that sells incredibly affordable products. So I like to try almost everything they come out with from their house brand, which is the AOA Studio brand, and have it on my channel because I like it so much. I also did get the cream bronzer. I got one of the shades of that, but I'm not going to try that today because I have a powder bronzer to try on from the cosmetics company store. So I'll save that one for another day. That's a nice little thingy thing. Yeah, okay. Didn't get a powder because I don't need one, except there might be one in here. This is the Clinique, another brand now, the Clinique Glow limited edition face palette. Glow All Out. This one was for lighter to medium skin tones. They did have one for darker. It has a Stay Matte sheer press powder, a blushing blush, a shimmer powder, and a true bronze pressed powder. There she is. Right? Okay. Mirror in the top. It's really cute. She was $35, so half off was $15.75, and then 10% off $3.50, so $12.25. That's not bad for a Clinique face palette. $12.25. That's not bad. This is why I go there. Like, this is exactly why I go there. So let's try the mattifying powder out to set, you know, face, and then we will try. I think in this I'm going to do the blush, because I have a bronzer and a highlighter for another brand. So let's mattify our face here with this Gigantor powder brush. And I'll also set under my eyes with it with that new concealer. Look at that. Okay, just a little mattifying powder. It's, I mean, I'm glad they have it in deeper skin tones because this would not work for people that don't have deep skin tones. But let's put, I'll wait on the blush until I'm ready for it because I usually do bronzer first and then blush. Oh, I meant to do it under my eyes. Hold on. And I'm going to use my little sponge is the word I'm trying to say. I've lost all words, y'all. I talked a lot this weekend because we were with friends. We spent the weekend with friends, and that's a lot of talking for me because I don't normally talk that much on the weekends because Mr. Mugwump and I do speak. It's not that we don't talk, but we're both introverted people, so we don't talk a lot. We hang out, but we don't like talk that much. So I've talked a lot. Happily so. Had a wonderful weekend, but lots of words. All right, let's look at the bronzer. This is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Bronzer, and I got it in medium because of the undertone. They had all of the shades there, and the medium was the one that I thought would suit me the best. Not because I am a medium skin tone, but because of the undertone of the bronzer. Okay, so look, oh, anyway, it's beautiful. This is stunning. I didn't need any of these things, but I mean, there's a little brush and there's the powder. It doesn't smell. Golly, that's nice. Okay. How much does she cost? Bronze Goddess, $48. So it was $48. It would be like $24, but it rang up as half off as $21.50. Not that I'm complaining. And then it was $4.80 less than $21. So we're talking $17. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's try her out. Medium. I got it because it looked ruddy. So a little bit of red or pink. And that is what I like for my skin for bronzer. If I have my druthers, I'd rather it be red or pinky underneath, because that's what color my skin tone turns when it's in the sun, is red. It does, I don't tan. So my ethnicity, my nationality, my heritage is very pasty people from Europe that don't tan. That's like we burn. So that's what, God, that's pretty. It is not overpowering in medium. I was a little worried it was going to be way too pigmented. It's not. God, that's beautiful, y'all. I mean, the compact alone, but God, man, I'm so excited about that. That was worth it. Okay. For blush, let's go back to the Clinique because I didn't buy another blush, which I don't need any blushes to begin with. I don't need any of this to begin with, but I certainly do like Clinique blushes. This is the shade Blush and Brighten. I don't know that there's any other shade other than that. It looks like a NARS Orgasm type of formula for this, so it looks like it might flash a little bit of gold. I'm going to go a little bit light-handed because y'all know I can go ham on some blush now. Yeah, it looks like a NARS Orgasm, like a pinky peach with a flashy bit of gold, which is just fine. That's quite pretty. It looks subtle on camera. It's not. I've got quite a bit of blush on, but that's really pretty. My goodness. Okay, so there is, let's swatch this one out so that you can see the actual colors. So we've got a bronzer, the blush, this Shimmer and Glow, which is a rosy tone, and then that mattifying powder, which is kind of blending into my skin tone. It's pretty. It's very nice. It's very heavy, this one. It's heavier than I would expect for, I mean, it is cardboard, but it's a nice weighted cardboard, if that makes sense. And last but certainly not least is a MAC product that I picked up. This is the shade, this is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Double Gleam. This is one it's not new. It is something that quite a lot of people use and is quite popular because it is really beautiful, and I've never owned it, and I was happy to see it there, so I went ahead and purchased it. Let's go ham with it today because we can. So they had quite a number of MAC products there. It's not like the whole line, so you gotta kind of know what you want, and if you see it there, you may never see that shade there again, or it might be there all the time. Like, it's such a strange thing, but it's also fun because you never know what you're going to get. For Double Gleam, it was full price $40, rang up for $18 minus $4. So it was $14 for Double Gleam. Yeah, this is the Sonia G Designer Pro. That's a beautiful shade. I mean, you can't tell me nothing in this highlighter. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. For $14, all day, yes. All day, yes. Okay, I'm going to real quick just buff with a kabuki brush real quick. They had quite a bit of, like, Smashbox is another brand that was there. They had like lots of things that I could have bought, but I only really bought the things that I was like super interested in, that I was very excited about, because it wasn't like how much can I buy. It was, you know, what is it that I really want? What is it that I think I'll really get a lot of use out of? Because I have a huge collection that narrows it down. Like, it really does. So I bought no brow products. So let's, real quick, I'm going to run a brow gel of some sort. Here's the Merit. Oh, I forgot what she's called. It's the brown one. I think it's like, I can't remember what she's called. It's the brown Merit brow gel. But I'm just going to run that through my brows just to give it a little bit more of a tint. There are larger discounts on some items. So they had some even more clearanced items on the back wall for like 75% off. Now, a lot of times you will be like, these aren't really the colors that I would want. I know, that's how they're 70% off or 75% off, but they are still, the product is amazing. They're not expired. It's just that either they didn't sell well or whatever it was. So, brows, let's spray my face real quick. Let's use a matte product. We'll use the Fix Plus cucumber scent. They had these, but not cucumber. I believe they had coconut, rose, and lavender. I don't need any more Fix Plus. I think I have 2 or 3 bottles still, so I didn't buy any. I don't believe they had any unscent, like the normal regular scent. So that's the other thing, is if you go looking for a product, you may not be able to find the exact one you're looking for, but you can probably find something. So for Too Faced eyeshadow palettes, they had a few chocolate, a few peach. They had the really small tin ones, like Kitty Likes to Scratch and the jelly one or whatever, the army one. But they also had some of the newer, like, I got one of these. So they had the pink, I can't remember the name of it. The new pink one that they released, it was there. They also had the natural face palette, which many of us got in our BoxyCharm a couple of years ago. So I already owned that, but that would have been a really good find if I didn't own that from my BoxyCharm, because that's a really nice product. But I did pick up the Too Faced Too Femme eyeshadow palette. This is absolutely gorgeous packaging, like all Too Faced products are. And here is this one. It's so pretty. I don't know that it's any good. I have no idea, because I bought it because I liked it. I liked the color story. I don't know if the product is super good. So this rang up, this was originally $39. It rang up $17.55, took off $3.90. So $13 for a Too Faced palette. That ain't bad. And so if it's only got, you know, a handful of shades that I really love for $13, that's great. But also I get to try it, which is great. And also these colors are just absolutely stunning. So there's one eyeshadow palette that I got. I did pick up a MAC eyeshadow. They had several MAC singles there. And again, you can try to look for the exact shade that you want, or you can just go and look at what they have. So the MAC singles, Yes. It was originally priced $10. It rang up $4.50 minus $1. It was $3.50. And the shade I got is LES Artiste. And I say LES because it's like an acronym. There's periods after each one. So this is like a taupey, glittery. I've never heard of the shade before. I wasn't looking for it, but I knew that I would use this as a one and done for work or my internship. Like, that is beautiful. I love MAC eyeshadows. I have for years. I have a MAC singles palette that I have had for many years, and I adore it. This will be a wonderful addition to that. $3.50. I'll take it. They also had magnetic palettes there from MAC, which was nice. I don't know that I've seen those before. But last and not least, and the one that we're going to use right now, is I got another Tom Ford quad. This is the only place that I get them, because or Mercari, because I'm not paying $90 for an eyeshadow palette that it has 4 shadows in it. I'm just not going to do it. But I have really liked the Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes that I have gotten in the past. I've really liked them, and they are super luxe, but again, I'm not paying full price. So again, let's see here, Tom Ford. This is in the shade Hazy Sensuality. $90. It rang up as $40.50, which is not 50% off, but I'll take it. Minus $9, so $31, which is not the best price I've ever gotten for a Tom Ford at the cosmetics company store, but for 30 bucks, brand new, we'll take her. These are the shades. Let's swatch her. Hazy Sensuality. They did have testers, by the way, for almost all of these products. So you could swatch them in all in store before you decided to buy them, which I thought was really nice. Again, I'm telling you that the thing that I'm trying to do is only get products that are high-end like this that I know that I'm going to wear, because I'm going to use them more frequently. This is a palette that I will wear. This is a palette that I'll get a good amount of use out of. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Lots of shine. None of them are matte, and that's okay. Like, I'm totally happy with this palette. Totally happy. So let's use this. Let me real quick throw on, I've got my Benefit Lemonade sitting out here. This is an eyeshadow primer from when dinosaurs were roaming the earth and trying out products on YouTube. And I bought it, and I have used it and then set it aside, and it fell, like, you know, in the back of the drawer. And then I found it again, and now I'm starting to use it again because it's still good, even though it's like 75 years old. Don't use really old products on your eyes, but I am, and it's working out for me, but don't do that, okay? This is like a baby yellow, like a super yellowy buttercup color. She works great. Don't tell anyone. All right. Sometimes things just work out. Let's go. I am so excited for this. For my $31 Tom Ford eyeshadow palette. If you've been adding this up, yes, I spent my allowance this month at this one place, but that's okay because it was amazing. And I am super excited about it. All right. I have not anything to set. Let's use that powder real quick that was in here to just real quick set that primer down. And then luxury eye makeup for sort of not luxury prices. $31 is a good amount of money, don't get me wrong, but I also like it. I'm gonna start with the brown, the dark brown. I've got it on a super fluffy brush. So I'm gonna start on the outside. And I'm gonna take this through the crease, but I've only dipped in once, so I'm not going ham with the pigment here. I found a Tom Ford quad. I think it was the last time that I went. Was it, y'all? Those who watch? I think it was like $19 that I got it for. I ran out of that store. I was like, oh, they're going to catch me and say, no, ma'am, it ain't that cheap. But I sure did. And it was so pretty. It still is pretty. I like that. That's the super light application of that chocolatey brown. Let's take that pinky color and let's go as a transition color above the crease technically, and we'll pinkify that up real quick right there. Just mix that in with the brown that we just blended upwards. Again, real light, tapped off, not trying to go crazy dramatic. It's just pretty, y'all. It's so pretty. So this, okay, there's two different shiny colors here. There's a more taupey shiny color and a more champagne shiny color. I'm going to start with the taupey shiny color, which has very little base pigment, but it's still like you can tell it's a taupey shine. Sort of. We're going to start there. And we're going to do that in the middle. Just pat that on the middle of the eyeball. Like that. And then let's go into the champagne and put that in the inner corner. And I like to bring mine up because I'm me. So I like to bring it up above the crease in the front, because I like to see my shimmer when I have my eyes open. I did all the work. I want to see it. Okay, now I'm going to blend with my one little blendy brush that we've been using. And I think I'm done. It's just a real light, real pretty. It's just pretty. It's just pretty. I knew that I would get a lot of use out of this, and I will. Because it's gorgeous. I already showing fingerprints. That's how we like it here. We can't keep nothing nice around here, but that is a beautiful eyeshadow palette that I will get quite a bit of use out of, because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Okay, let me put my little fliggins back in there. My little tiny little brushes. So cute. Get in there. All right, happy with her. Super happy with her. Let's look one more time at the Too Faced palette, because I just want to see what this one has. These little, ooh, this shade right here. See, I knew she was going to be freaky deaky. Hold on, we're going to pat her over the top. She's like a glittery, she's glittery, but gorgeous. It doesn't feel like a glitter. They're just bigger flakes of shimmer. I have no glitter glue, so things are falling down, but we're going to brush them away in just a second. I just want to, yeah, that's even, they're bigger flakes. I know that sounds like it's chunky. It's not. They're just bigger, but you can't feel it. Got some of my eyelashes too. Okay, there she is. There she is. I got no lip products. Are you not excited for me? Because I am very proud of me. There were some Tom Ford lippies that I looked at. They were all darker reds. I know that is not for me. I will not get enough use out of those. So I will probably, let me actually put on a Tom Ford with y'all. I'll do some lashes real quick too. This is my favorite Tom Ford lippy. I have two, so this is the first of the two that I love. It is in the shade Sweet Mystery. I got her in an airport. I have used her and abused her. There's some fligging on the top. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. I had gone on my first consulting gig And I was in San Francisco Airport. And I had gotten paid. And so I bought myself this lipstick, and it is my favorite Tom Ford lipstick of the two. I'll show you the other one I have too, just because. I don't know if this is like that it was limited edition or whatever. She's pretty too. She is in the shade, Lord, please deliver me from Revolve Around Me. It's gold on white. It's ridiculous. Revolve Around Me. And she's also a nude because I'm trying real hard when I purchase things that are this expensive to only buy things, here I'll show you them together, to only buy things that I know that I'll get a lot of use out of, because, and nudes I will get a lot of use out of. But there they are. I mean, you're like, Leanne, you bought the same color twice. Shut up. Revolve Around Me is warmer than Sweet Mystery. Sweet Mystery is the perfectest nude. It's my lip color, but in Tom Ford. Why not? Why not buy one that you get a lot of use out of? And I have to like tell myself to use them, and I'm happy when I do. So there's that. Let me slap on some mascara, friends. Let's use this one. It's the MUA Makeup Academy Amplify Statement Lash. She's got like she's a plastic bristle, but she's got like a ball on the end. I'm not even gonna crimp. I'm not even gonna curl these bad boys. I'm just gonna slap on some mascara for you. Am I happy with my purchases? 100%. Am I glad that Mr. Mugwump dropped me off real quick? Yes. I also think that part of the good part of going to them is that you don't go too often, because I think you can be disappointed, because I don't know that they have a lot of turnover of stock. I'm not sure. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. But even some of the products that I saw today when I went several months ago, they were, I went to a different one. They were still in this one. So I've been to 3 or 4 different locations over the years. And you can find this moisturizer in like all of them, almost all of the time. But if you're looking for like color, you know, recent color cosmetics or whatever, it's hit or miss. You don't know what you're going to find, what you're not going to find, but it's worth a shot, especially if you're a makeup lover. I'm super happy with how my look came out, but also with the products that I purchased. We'll use this palette a little bit more together, but that shade is just as stunning as it can be, that little rosy glittery thing. I'm super excited. As far as prices go, I think being smart too. Like, I would definitely look on their website to see if or Instagram. I think they also say on Instagram when they're running like an additional 10 or 20% off the store, or whatever it is. The 10% off was for today, for Father's Day, you know, whatever. You weren't having to buy it for your father, obviously, but whatever. It's enough to make it worth going in there, especially if you are, you know, in for a $14 highlighter that would have ran you $38 in store. So love it. Okay, there's my look. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for hauling my cosmetics company store haul today with me and trying out the products. Anything that you see that you like? Have you been recently to a cosmetics company store? What do you think? What do you have? Let me know. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's be friends on the internet, and I'll see you soon.